Last week here on Raw, against his father's wishes, Rey Mysterio's son Dominic surprised us all, displaying remarkable ingenuity. Tonight, Rey Mysterio returns to Raw. Will he seek a confrontation with the Monday Night Messiah? We'll find out. Championship Monday continues here on Raw.
No, I'm really enjoying Championship Monday.
Sasha Banks from SmackDown, the blueprint, the standard, ready for competition.
Yes.
Down to women's champion, her championship partner, Beyly.
Women's tag managing quite the busy schedule, whether it's on Friday Night SmackDown, competing on NXT last week, and of course, tonight here on Monday Night Raw.
NXT, Sasha Banks and Beyly were successful in defending their titles against Shotzi Blackheart and Tina Knox. Remember the women's tag team title, Beyly.
Oh, that's Beyly. Those belts, Tom.
Oh, excuse me, those straps.
Those straps.
Those straps, correct yourself. Meanwhile, last Friday night on Smack commentary by Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, that evolved into a one-on-one match between Sasha Banks and Nikki Cross, where Banks
Out and Sasha Banks and Beyly are finding that out.
You make a lot of enemies when you collect that much gold, Byron.
The Iconics are looking to repeat the history of last year's WrestleMania of Banks and Beyly. And tonight, this match on Brownie Batter and Yellow Cake Batter Shakes, only for a limited time at Sonic.
Hey, Joe, you'll appreciate this. I'll give you Sasha Banks, incited Sasha Banks a little bit, and earned themselves a tag team title opportunity.
You know what they did was walk out and get exactly what they want, their own opportunities.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWs. Introducing the challengers, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and their opponents. They are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, Beyly!
Joe, Beyly and Banks keep up this pace with this many defenses.
You know, one would hope so. Obviously, both women have had tremendous success in singles competition, but being a team championship.
It's a friendship that goes back to their days at NXT, training right here in the WWE Performance Center.
This match is sponsored by Sonic and Sonic's Brownie Batter and Yellow Cake Batter Shakes, only for a limited time at Sonic.
Battering.
Did you see what just happened? Like, Sasha Banks wasn't ready to go. Beyly actually forced her to go ahead and start the match.
And in comes Peyton Royce. And now, oh, man. And Beyly able to trip up Peyton Royce. Into our announce desk, and down goes Royce. Meanwhile, back inside the ring, Banks trying to take care of Billie Kay.
Boy, things changed in a hurry in favor of the Women's Tag Team Champions.
And Joe, great opportunity here, 2-on-1.
And Billie Kay's in a Beyly Banks blender.
This is what Beyly has been all about well over a year as the SmackDown Women's Champion, the most dominant champion in the history of SmackDown.
And she'll remind you any chance she gets.
Oh, and now Peyton Royce trying to get back up to the apron, but Beyly trying to take away the tag option. Oh, and Billie Kay takes the advantage.
Oh, and look at this.
Tag. Oh, knee right to the side of the face. The women's tag team titles on the line here on Raw. The WWE Women's Tag Team titles on the line on this Championship Monday here on Raw. And the Iconics right now in control against the champions, Beyly and Sasha Banks.
Oh, absolutely. You know, when you think about the Iconics, you think about synchronicity. These women complete each other's sentences.
I've known each other since they were in high school, and a shot right to the midsection by Beyly after Peyton Royce knocked off the apron. And mocking the Iconics now is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Beyly.
You can just feel the degree of disdain that both these teams have for each other.
And now Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce, wow, beautiful. Fisherman suplex. Oh, broken up by Banks.
Sasha Banks barely made it in time to break up the pinfall.
The Iconics have been chasing the women's tag team titles for the number of weeks here on Raw. Down goes Billie Kay. Now Peyton Royce dispatches Banks.
Peyton Royce all alone with Beyly. Caught with a couple shots to the ribs.
And now Beyly trying to reach out, trying to make a tag to Sasha Banks.
He's so close.
Tag. Oh! And now double team opportunity here. Oh, driven into the canvas to retain the titles. Oh, and a kick out by Royce.
We saw great championship tag team continuity between Sasha Banks and Beyly, but it wasn't enough to put Peyton Royce away.
So Banks and Beyly, they've been on every brand in WWE telling everyone how great they are. At what point is it going to catch up with them?
It's not going to catch up with them as long as they are champions. I mean, they have every right to say they're the best because currently right now, as you look at these two women, they are the two best women's champions in WWE.
Ooh. On the snap suplex, and it looks like Sasha Banks looking to pay homage to one of her heroes, the late great Hall of Famer Eddie Guerrero, looking for three amigos.
And the third on the way.
Oh, Peyton Royce. Oh, sending Banks into Beyly. And now Royce to win the titles. Oh, and a kick out by Sasha. And now Sasha Banks missed with a right. Oh, Billy Kay trying to rush in.
Oh, and Sasha's pulling her in. Yeah, she's got her.
And the Banks statement on Peyton
Oh,
Royce.
that pressure on the neck and spine.
And a tap out. Beyly and Banks retained.
Here are your winners by submission and still the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks, and the SmackDown Women's Champion, Beyly.
Every time you ask the question, how can Sasha Banks and Beyly continue to keep this rate up, this schedule, this rate of title defenses and challenges? Will they live another night here against the Iconics?
Hey, you're absolutely right. This was down the stretch. The incidental contact. Peyton Royce shoving Sasha Banks into Beyly. Banks was able to kick out. And then watch this. The boss able to withstand this two-on-one situation with the Iconics and transition into the Banks statement. Peyton Royce would tap out. And the Golden Roll